Did you know that over 40% of first-time homebuyers go over budget because of costs they never saw coming? I'm Michelle Petrie, your Clarence Realtor, and today I'm revealing the 3 hidden costs that shock most first-time homebuyers and how you can prepare. So the first one that most people forget about or don't even consider in their monthly budget is utilities. When we think about buying a home, everyone is so concerned with getting their pre-approval and what is their interest rate, what is their monthly payment with their mortgage and their taxes and insurance all built into one. But what about your utilities? What about your internet and Wi-Fi? What about your gas, electric, and water bills? How does that all factor into everything? So that's quite a few, sometimes $100 a month that someone's not even thinking about that can bring them over their monthly budget. Water is a quarterly bill, so we have to think of that as a bigger spectrum. So you don't pay that monthly, but your electric and gas is monthly. So I would put aside probably about $50 to $150 per month just to make sure, and then your water bill is probably going to be about $150 or a little bit more. It's all depending upon the size of your home as well. So if you have a small Cape Ranch that you're moving into as opposed to a 4-bed, 2.5 bath colonial, obviously those are going to be a very broad spectrum. But if we're talking about first-time homebuyers, where most first-time homebuyers are getting into that 3-bed, 1.5 bath, that's where we're looking a few $100s extra a month. One other major cost that's hidden that you really have to consider is your major mechanicals breaking down. So yes, even if you get an inspection, everything looks great, gold stars, amazing. Once you close on that home, anything can happen. And because it was working before, doesn't mean it's gonna be working a week, 2 weeks, a month, 3 months after closing. So we wanna make sure that every month you are putting some money aside into a separate account for when things go wrong, because this is life. It's not perfect and things go wrong. So you wanna prepare for those things. If we're talking about a furnace, an AC unit, that can be quite a few thousands of dollars to replace. Or if it just needs a repair, maybe a few $100s. But you definitely want to make sure that you are prepping for those things. And I always tell buyers anyways, when you own that home now, every single year do one upgrade. You may be doing that first upgrade sooner than you anticipate. If we're talking about your furnace and your AC unit, if they're both gone, that typically doesn't happen, but if you're doing one, you might want to do the other. You're talking between $4,000 and $7,000, depending again on the size of the home. But that's a lot of money that someone's not expecting. So we want to make sure that you are monthly budgeting for certain things and for the unknown. The final hidden cost is actually the entire closing package. So many people think that you're just paying for a down payment. You have to give the bank a certain percentage of the home price and then that's it. But actually, if you're using a lender, there's a lot of costs. Even if you're paying cash for a home, there are still closing costs that you have to pay. There's an attorney that you need in New York State. We are one of 5 states in the country that need attorneys in a real estate transaction. Different though, most people think that you pay attorneys hourly. For a real estate transaction, you pay them a lump sum, usually around $900, $950 for the entire process and transaction. You need to pay for insurance for your house starting the day you close. You need to pay for your loan application and your appraisal if you're using a lender. So there are quite a few closing costs that people don't even think about. The lender most of the time makes you escrow the first year of taxes up front. So if your taxes are $5,000 for the year, you're upfront paying $5,000 so that the bank has that to pay your taxes for the next year. So there's a lot more than just 3.5%, 5%, 20% of a down payment. There are closing costs, and some of that is actually beneficial to you, whereas it's paying for things up front, and other things are services that you're paying for in order to get your loan. And a lot of people don't even think about that and don't realize that's part of it. So now you know 3 of the hidden costs that catch most home buyers off guard. I've seen too many first-time home buyers lose their dream homes because they weren't prepared for these costs. Don't let that be you. If you found this video helpful, click subscribe and send me a DM. And if you're looking to buy a house in the Clarence or Williamsville area, reach out, DM, and I'm happy to help.